All right, I'm back. This is Mr. Bryce again for our fourth SEL lesson. Today we're going to read the book. Maybe you've read this one before. My Mouth is Volcano by Julia Cook, illustrated by Carrie Hartman. A little bit about impulse control. Also, again, practicing some mindfulness. So this is my daughter Margot, slowly eating her lunch. We are going to breathe in slowly for 3 seconds. So through your nose, hold it for 3 seconds, and then breathe out for 3 seconds. So slowly breathe in, hold it, and breathe out. Slowly breathe in, hold it, and slowly breathe out. Slowly breathe in, hold it, and slowly breathe out. That's our other dog, Pippi, over there barking. All right. So, the book, My Mouth is Volcano. This is a volcano, written by Julia Cook. Seen its better days, this book has. My name is Lewis. People say I erupt a lot. I don't think I do. I have a lot to say. All of my words are very important to me. Where other people talk, words just pop into my head, then they slide down onto my tongue. My tummy starts to rumble, and then it starts to grumble. So rumble, grumble. My words begin to wiggle, and they do the jiggle. My tongue pushes all of my important words up against my teeth, and then, what do you think, Margot?
Wiggle.
Hey, well, words just explode out of my mouth. I erupt. My mouth is a volcano. Uh-oh. Well, I guess your lunch is done. In class, my teacher says that when I want to say something, we are supposed to look at her, raise our hand, and wait until she calls. I tried that. After I waited patiently for what seemed like 62 years, my important words slid down from my head onto my tongue. My tummy started to rumble, and then it started to grumble. My words began to wiggle, and then they started to jiggle. My tongue pushed all of my important words into my teeth, and my volcano erupted. Teacher, I think we should have recess all day. I'm hungry. Can we have lunch now? My teacher was less than pleased. She erupted me right back. I know what you are saying is very important to you, Lewis, but since it is not an emergency, you'll have to wait until I call on you. It was my volcano's fault. At daycare, we were sitting on the rug listening to Miss Polly read a story about planting trees. I think I'll just leave that in. Here we go, buddy. Oh. All of a sudden, I thought, by the time my grandpa and I planted 6 trees in the front yard. My important words slid down from my head onto my tongue. My tummy started to rumble, and then they started to grumble. My words began to wiggle. Then they did the jiggle. My tongue pushed all my important words into my teeth, and my volcano erupted. Hey, guys! I planted silence of trees with my grandpa, and... Uh-oh.
What's it?
I got a timeout. It was my volcano's fault. See, he's got a timeout. During dinner, my mom and dad were talking about paying the bills, and then I thought about my friend Bill. Bill can blow a bubble inside of a bubble when he chews 2 pieces of bubble gum. Now that is really important. My important words about Bill slid down my throat, onto my tongue. Hey Mom, Bill is a bubble. He can blow a bubble with his gum inside of a bubble. In a bubble, you know what I'm talking about? My tummy started to rumble, and then it started to grumble. My words began to wiggle, and then they did a jiggle. My tongue pushed all my important words into my teeth, and as we know, his volcano erupted. It's erupted there. Lewis, my mom said, you interrupted again. If somebody else is talking and you don't have an emergency, you have to wait for your turn. But Mom, my words, they slid down from my head onto my tongue, and my tummy starts to rumble. Lewis, you did it again. I got sent to my room. She said I was rude. It was my volcano's fault. Now he's going up to his room. He's pouting. He's upset, huh? The next day at school was my very important day. I had been waiting for about 126 weeks to be the student star of my class. This was my special moment. I got to share a poster with my class that had pictures of all of my favorite things. I stood up in front of the class and began to tell them about the time I went fishing. Hey, buddy, your volcano erupted.
No.
Yeah, it did.
Well, this was
Halfway through my story, Richard started.
I
I gotta change the diaper, so we're gonna pause and we're gonna come right back to the story. I'm back. I'm here with my good buddy Hank. My son, what do you want to say?
My mouth's volcano.
Yeah, that's what we're reading. My mouth is a volcano. All right. So,
And my name's Hank, and my dad's here, and his name's Bryson.
See, look, his mouth is erupting too. All right, let's get back to the book. Halfway through my story, Richard started to tell everyone about when he went deep sea fishing in Mexico. His story must have been better than mine because everyone started to look at him. He was stealing my important words. Oh no. Richard, said my teacher, you just interrupted Lewis. Please wait until he's finished talking, and then he might call on you. I couldn't believe how rude that was of Richard. He erupted me. That really made me angry. After talking about my fishing trip, I started to explain the x-ray of my broken arm. Just as I was getting to the good part, Courtney started to tell the class about the time she broke her leg. Oh, Courtney. Courtney, said my teacher, just interrupted Lewis. Please wait until he is finished talking, and then he might call on you. I couldn't believe how rude that was of Courtney. She started talking right during my 15 minutes of fame. She ruined my important words. She almost stole my moment. When I got home, I told my mom about rude Richard and rude Courtney. Now you know how we feel when you interrupt us, said my mom. Huh, I never thought about that. I just get so excited, and my words, they just pop into my head, then they slide onto my tongue. My tummy starts to rumble, and then it starts to grumble. My words begin to wiggle, then they do the jiggle, and then my tongue pushes all of my important words up against my teeth, and I erupt. Words just explode out of my mouth. My mouth is a volcano. Well, maybe Richard and Courtney have volcanoes in their mouths too, my mom replied. Huh, I never thought about that. Well, son, the next time your important words are pushed into your teeth by your tongue, bite down hard and don't let them out. Then take a deep breath and push your words out through your nose. And then when it is your turn to talk, take a deep breath and breathe them back into your mouth. Will that work? I asked my mom. Only if you make it work, said my mom. That night at the dinner table, my sister Sylvia was in the middle of one of her long girl stories when my important words began to slide down from my head and my volcano started to do its thing. Just as my tongue started to push my words out through my teeth, I bit down really hard. Then I breathed my words out through my nose. As soon as my sister finished talking, I took a deep breath and back in went the words. I was amazed they just hung outside my mouth. It didn't float away. Then I told my story, and nobody got mad at me for erupting. And look, see, those are the words. Today at school was so cool. I found and here's the last page. After that, I never erupted again. Well, except for the time Bill's bubble gum got stuck in my hair. But that was a real emergency. All right. So you want to help me do our breaths? So we talked a little bit, we kind of wrap out what we talked about. So
No.
when we practice mindfulness too, it's slowing down sometimes so we can listen to other people. So we can take a deep breath, focusing on our breath, maybe the words that we were going to say, hold them there, so then we can really listen to what somebody else is saying. All right, so let's do our deep breaths. So we're going to breathe in for 3 seconds through our nose, filling up our lungs, expanding our stomachs, holding it for 3 seconds, and then breathing out. So breathe in, hold it, breathe out. Breathe in for 3 seconds. Hold it for 3. And breathe out. Last one. Breathe in for 3 seconds. Hold it. And breathe out. I just Drew up all my fingers. I keep with you just a second, buddy, my erupting buddy. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow for another book, another SEL activity. Hope you're doing well. Maybe you'll see Hank again. Maybe you'll see Margot. Maybe you'll see Isla. Have a good day. Bye, guys.